day 2, and it is good that you are here. And I'm seeing familiar names that I saw yesterday, so it means you guys are consistent and you're eager to take up this mobile development career, which I believe is not something you will regret. You will be happy at the end of this study jam. Boniface talked about certificates. Yeah, there will be certificates at the end of this study jam under the terms he has described. Maybe to also let you know, there are very many ways to develop mobile apps. So for us, we are exploring just a few. In this 10 days of Flutter, we are exploring how you can build mobile applications using Flutter. Because for us, we are Google developer groups on campus, which is a Google affiliated community. So we use Google technologies to innovate. So for our case, we are using Flutter to build mobile apps, but there are other options for building mobile apps. For example, there is another Google option for building mobile apps using Java. That is mobile apps built with Java and Android Studio. That's another option, but the advancement with building mobile apps with Flutter, like we talked about yesterday, is that you get a chance to build an application with one code, and you build an app that can run both on Android and iOS, unlike Java, where you need to have different codes for each platform. So that's the main advantage. So this is phase 1 of our study jams, 10 days of Flutter. We shall have phase 2, which will start 1 week after the end of this study jam. It will be called 10 days of React Native. It is another easy way of building mobile apps, but the other time you'll be using React Native. React Native is a framework that depends on JavaScript. Flutter depends on Dart, which Dart we are covering this week. React Native depends on JavaScript. So for us, we are going to give you both, and you, from the experience, you will choose which of the two is easier for you. So if you have some background with JavaScript, you will enjoy React Native a lot. But if you have a background with Java, some Python, you, believe me, you are going to enjoy this Flutter, 10 days of Flutter, or building mobile apps with Flutter. Okay, that's it with the preaching. Let's get started. Am I sharing my screen? Oh, okay. Let me share. Okay, you should be seeing my screen. Someone to confirm.
Yes, you are sharing the screen.
Okay, thank you. I'll be starting immediately. Okay, again, today's session is recorded. Yesterday I didn't record, but today's session is recorded. In case you need the recording, you will always find them on YouTube. We shall share the link later. Anyway, getting started. Simon, like yesterday, and today we are going to cover switch statement, loops, and so yesterday we left kind of an assignment. We said someone should try to emulate something else statements, but this time using the switch case. In other words, we agreed that people should research about the switch statement before today's class. So, did someone try to find out something about switch statements? Yes, by show of hands. Who found out something about the switch statement and would love to share their screen? Yes, let's have Edrin first. Edrin, you can share your screen if you don't mind. Edrin, are you there?
Yes, I'm there.
Do you mind sharing your screen?
It's okay. Let me share.
Hey, let me stop sharing for now.
Yeah. So, according to the research I made, are you also seeing my screen?
Yes, we can see your screen.
Okay. So, the switch statement in that is not so much different from that we learn from those other programming languages like C. When we look at the syntax of, of the statement, for example, I'll create my okay. Let me clear up this and then okay. I may create my string string and I call it
Yes,
admin.
please. Okay.
Yes, are we following? So for the switch statement, I can say, okay, I can just say here, I can call it user role, user, user role, and I say equals to, I can say admin, because it's a string, eh? I can say admin here. So in my switch statement, I will say switch, and in brackets I will use, I'll capture my string, which was the user role, user role, and then I will say for my first case, for my first case, let's say someone is an admin. That would be my case one. Let's say someone is an admin. It should print for me It should print for me access granted. Access granted. Are you following?
Yes, you can go ahead. This is so nice.
Okay. Sorry for this. I need to put something like that. You can see access granted there. Why am I having an error here?
You check after admin, is that a semicolon or a colon?
I think even my admin had an error here. Here,
Yes, is that a colon or semicolon?
I put a semicolon. This is
Yes,
I
can
think
you
it's a
check
colon.
please?
There's an error somewhere.
That word switch, you check the spelling for switch.
Oh yeah, by the way. Sorry. Yeah, switch. Then we shall capture the user role here.
I think that is that semicolon or colon after admin?
It should be a colon, I think.
Yes, yes.
So for the case when someone is an admin, it will print for me access granted. Of course, for the switch, we know that we should have a break. So I'll break, and then I'll have another case. Let me say someone is not an admin. It might be a student or an editor. Let me say, okay, an editor. For the case when someone is an editor, and then I'll say I'll print I'll print edit. I'll print edit permissions. Edit permission, and then of course I'll break still. I'll have my other case. Let me say someone is not any of that. Let me say is not an admin, is not an editor still. So okay, I may stop here and I just say default. Like if the person is not any of the two, what will be the what? What will be the default? So let me say access, you print, you print no access, no access granted. Can you all see this?
Yes, we can see that.
Yeah, so when I try to run this code, because in my string user role, I'm an admin. So when I run this code, it should be able to print for me access granted. Why? Because I'm an admin. So let's run the code and see. Oops, where's the error? The default. Sorry, the default. Okay, let's run the code again. So we can also that it gave me access granted. Because in my user role, I'm an admin, and I said for the case when someone is an admin, it should print for me access granted. I can edit this, and I put the editor. Oh, sorry, edit. This one is supposed to be edit actually. I can call this one editor. Then I put here editor. We see what it will bring for us. When you run the code, they're telling us to edit permission. So that was my research on the switch statement. Let me stop sharing my screen.
Okay, thank you, Edrin. Thank you so much for that wonderful research which you did. I don't think I should add on anything. I think that was straight on point. Yeah, that's it. So, the rest of the class members, I hope you also did the same. Like you did some bit of research about the switch statement. It works exactly like he has been explaining there. Like I said, if you have some background knowledge with Python, okay, Java, C, all other programming languages, it is not very much different from that side. So it is just almost the same. This that you see here is just, it is, me I call it Python with the void main syntax, but it is almost Python, it is almost Java. So if you know those two languages, just know you're home and you're good to go. So thank you, Edwin, once again. And yeah, let me share my screen again. Let me share. Okay. So that was our take home for yesterday. I'll just add on, okay, switch statement. It is a, so switch statement is a control flow statement that allows a variable to be tested for equality against a list of variables. Like you can see in Edwin's example, he had a variable which he called, was it user input? Was testing it against various values that it might hold. For example, he gave it a chance to hold admin, editor, was their student, and it can hold very many other values. So that variable is tested. If it meets any of those values, then a certain bit of code is executed. If it meets the other condition, it is more of like a condition also. If it meets the other condition, something else happens. So that's what switch statement does in a nutshell. So that is the syntax, like you saw in his code. I won't repeat much from his work. You should have switch as the keyword, and then you put your variable here, which should be tested, and then your code block is written between these curly braces. You can have as many cases as possible, separated by colons. You write a case, colon, and then your code to be executed, then a break keyword. This break keyword is very crucial. If you do not write it, if case one is executing, it will keep executing all these other cases here. So it is important to have the break keyword after each case. So then after all the cases, you should have the default code that should run if none of these cases are true. Okay, so just a minute here. Okay, but okay, we can continue. So this is the syntax for switch. So there is another something we can talk about switch statement, something more. There's something we call the multiple cases for same action. So did someone find this somewhere? Anyone who found this anywhere and would love to discuss for us about this? We are going to be having interactive classes so that we all learn at the same pace when we are all contributing. Okay, it is fine. So the multiple cases, okay, let me do this. just a minute here.